other doctors.
And when you say translating Amharic?
To Amharic. And we also have other languages. So when it comes to penetration regarding to women in Africa, it's more of, if you think about it, there is a great penetration when it comes to social media, especially Telegram for Africa. So when we saw that, we thought about like how about having a Telegram channel and a Telegram bot to onboard our users directly to our mobile app instead of giving them the mobile app before they know anything about us. So as I said before, I noticed that we already have a Telegram channel, but for those who can't accommodate having the mobile app, they can directly get onboarded from our Telegram bot, and then they can download our mobile app whenever they needed more features. Does that make sense?
If we look at the funding model, I think there was a 15% premium listing, 25% premium subscription. What is premium listing versus what is premium subscription? And premium sounds like they're paying, the user's paying for additional features. So what exactly are they paying for that thing? And how much are they paying?
So for the premium subscription, what we did is we're of course going to provide the core values of fee. And just for it to get some revenue back, what we did is we set up some paid sessions with doctors on monthly basis. Those will be paid like per hour, I would say like around $3 maximum per session. And that would be around 200 to 300 Ethiopian. That's the value of that's the amount of money they will pay for just to get a card when they go to the hospital. So that they can use that money to actually get in contact with the doctors. So I would say that's a fair price. For the premium listing, what we hope to do is part of our longer features is incorporating e-commerce on top of this. E-commerce related to the products. So what we hope to do is the providers will pay us to be on the top of premium listing, when we register the same baby product or baby combat. Whoever gave us the premium listing will be at the top.
Okay, so a question about this 2 to 3 minutes for a session with the doctor. I can imagine that like things like VP exist where people are willing to volunteer their time. And one can imagine doctors being willing to asynchronously, look at some questions and go back to their normal jobs or whatever. But if you schedule an actual appointment with a doctor and have a one-on-one, I would do that for that. No, I don't know, for 2020.
We did research, so they didn't ask for care. Somebody does this for very variety of speaking. Yeah. We checked the price and distribution 200 to 500.
How much time do they get with the doctor?
I've seen 30 minutes.
This is an care.
It's not optional. We checked the price and we range from 200 to 500 per day. And the viewers for the using that to sponsor.
Yes, so I have one question. What is the biggest obstacle you foresee on the way of taking this step from here and making it Ethiopia?
So first one would be the first one is the one we hope to achieve at the same time. There is no enough culture of people actively using technology to target them. So that's one of the things that we also hope to achieve, but at the same time it's also a challenge. Because there are people with internet access, with smartphones, who don't even use the existing solutions, who have no idea how to use them. So that's also part of a challenge, and at the same time, I think we hope to change. And we hope to do that through some social media engagement. We hope to have some YouTube channels and TikToks to convince to provide some solutions, to provide some content, and convince them to be on board. So to see the app, we needed to be as easy as possible, as beautiful as possible. That one of the reasons we did that is because we understand there is no culture of people using at least this. But definitely there is an increase of people these days. Not I wouldn't say similar, but other African countries there is an app for their pregnancy. something related to this, and when you got to this, people are using this. If we could power actual server missions.
So we understand that there might not be as many smart users as there are the rest of the country. And while we are conducting interviews with what institutions also suggested as spreading out more, not just mobile or telegram, but there are some services like SMS. It might not be as if you more features like but some features like talking to the doctor, stuff like that, that we can handle with SMS. That could be used by mothers who don't have smartphones. And so that's something we're also looking into.
That's what we did about it. And thanks.
So I'd like to remind you guys of the title of the assignment. There's a 15-minute chapter project. So keep that in mind. I'll be tracking the time as well. Our next team will be Team AmboChat. You can read the team address like on your grading papers. And I'll
There's something I need to concentrate.
a bit of internet problem. Just a bit of internet problem.
Here's our next team, the team Hackathon. I'm going to invite you guys after 8 minutes to come back with the demo plus presentation for 8 minutes because I will so I will have a lot of questions for you guys and the discussion is just short.
Good afternoon, everyone. So it's our chat, and my name is Darius Bagasho. I'm the PA for this project, and let's start. Okay. So there are two perspectives to the platform we're trying to work on. How do we benefit individuals who are using AI, and how would we benefit organizations who are using the power of AI for their day-to-day activities? So let's go over the unmet needs, the current solutions, and the inefficiencies of these solutions. So individual challenges. So what are the unmet needs for individuals? Specific content which is not having an in-depth knowledge of the specific domain. There is no localized context, having a small regional information like culture, language, and others. Also, there is understanding usage, no understanding of how the prompt works or even how the other aspect of the platform works. Organizational challenge. So there is a lack of reliability and infrastructure, technical capabilities inside the organization to implement generative AI technologies. They are very expensive and also they lack company context. So usually the solution involves a general access for open source programs like ChatGPT and BART and others. So the core solution is that everyone desires now for modern tools is focusing of ease of access, having those regional insights, specialization, and infrastructure as a service. Our aim is to provide an automation tool for daily individuals and at the same time organization based on a localized and actually representative of the local market and information. So for individuals, we try to create specific use cases that we think based on research might be the most applicable and created personas that kind of represent these use cases. It could be like Jordan Peterson, or it could be Albert Einstein that can talk about science and serve it in a very common format, which is Telegram bots. So currently, we have an active users of 60 users per week throughout a 12-week period, and we're currently having a strong progress in terms of the understanding the use cases and hopefully for the future use, trying to implement these specific personas and tools. So the marketing strategy we have currently is going to be social media, word of mouth, which seems to be the most applicable for us, and organizational partners. So currently the team involves different members of A2SV and internally the core dev team, me as a project leader, Abel as a deputy, also Samia, Murad, Abdullah, Brooke, Zalalem, and others. So currently we're in the phase of alpha and beta testing for the mobile app, and we're getting a lot of feedback from users. Once we have that, we're going to be starting working on the fine-tuning and adding the local context for the uses we believe are most applicable for individuals in Ethiopia and also for organizations as well. And we're going to be starting working on the development for A2SV and how we should tackle A2SV's AI challenges by using a specified information rather than the general context of top tech LLM models. After that, the next progress is going to be serving this organizational services for other companies as well that might benefit rather than just having the normal and basic LLM models. And we plan to expand with this by partnering with more clients, more organizations like big tech companies, even in Ethiopia, like Ethio Telecom and others. So the timeline we have currently for year one, we plan to have at least 50,000 users, and we hope 10% would be premium user. There are definitely development and maintenance costs, since one of the biggest challenges having that data, collecting it, analyzing it, and retraining the model we already have, like the open source models. And then there's going to be other costs in marketing, and we'll have also our way of making revenue, which is subscription, ad, and we'll be cash positive by the year 3. Thank you. So let's start with the demo. So yeah, I can skip this part because this is an onboarding page. And let's say for the personas, let me pick Albert Einstein, Jordan, and Kevin Nothing for chance. And since I already have an account, I can sign in. So the reason we chose personas rather than just creating categories is to better create a connection with individuals to get the better feedback. We could have just created an athlete category, author and poets, comedian, but we picked these personas to able to have more better conversational aspect. And since day-to-day users don't really understand the power or the aspect of how to use generative AI, so we wanted to make it easier for them to understand. So, for example, for tools, we have article and blog. Most of them are like for essays and related to that. For example, article and blog has expander, summarizer, paraphrasing contents, outlines. And also there is like, if you want to generate image, you can write a text and based on that, you can generate an image for you. So yeah, so this is, let me give you a sample of, okay. Maybe. So instinctively, anybody would say Muhammad Ali should talk about sports and stuff. Yeah, so let's kind of find a good coach, master the basics, footwork is key. And if I wanted to, like, let's say I wanted to create an image with a cat wearing suits. This is just one. And maybe with glasses. Usually images take longer than the text, but it should pop. So ideally, we wanted to create like simple use cases as an initial way of like getting to the users. Let's see what they like. Let's see what they don't like. And based on that, we'll actually start feeding localized information and hence the progress continues. No. Ideally, maybe if the green suit, then it's me. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, okay, yeah. So even like we even can create. There was like in the morning I was working. So there was this one. There is a history you can share with other. Yeah. So this one was a cat with a tuxedo, and yeah. So this was another choice. And also there are histories and the prompts you can share it easily. Like with a share, you can. Link will be generated, and you can also pin your favorites based on those. You can interact with different people about your product or about the chats you have. Yeah. So. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Exactly. Features you're providing. So for example, like this information, very similar to all.
Yes.
So what's the difference between providing those?
Yes. So yeah, ideally, like currently, we don't have a differentiation because when we started, that kind of access was not, we were not having that here in Ethiopia. In fact, I think last 2 weeks ago was ChatGPT was allowed to have an account here in Ethiopia. So the starting point was for us, give a direct access. Let's just start with that. Let's give this simple direct access and find out what users want from AI. Once we have that, then we'll focus on embedding and local information that's even be more productive for the users. That's how we started. We don't. We will transfer land. We'll take this model and retrain it with more information that is local. Because it's much better for the cost, and for us, it's going to be easy. So currently for this one, we're using, for the image, we're using another model, not DALI, but I think it's Hugging Face, or was it? And Stable Diffusion. Yes, Stable Diffusion. And also for the ChatGPT was the first one, but we're also working with Llama and other models as well, like Falcon 40B. Yeah. Yes.
So, start.
Mhm.
Now,
Yes, yes. Yes, yes, there were, yeah. Yeah. Mhm. Yes. 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 Yes.
so we've got. Give it to.
Yeah. Yes.
Composition. And what you would like to do.
Yes.
What
Yes, good question. So yeah, the first one for especially for day-to-day users are going to be language. If you can integrate Amharic, if you can show like a very workable way of communicating through Amharic, that is an interesting thing. So it's all about the data collection. So for example, there is a communication we're having currently with artificial institutes in Ethiopia to get that kind of data, and also work by ourselves to get the data and focus on just the fine tuning from this model. Of course, the biggest aspect is like the data collection we need to have so that we can feed it and have a better results. So like organizationally, we're working like specifically for companies. What does this company need? What kind of information they can provide us? And like going like door to door, checking with clients, having their problem and giving a solution based on their need. So it's not about like how common of a problem we're trying to solve. We're trying to focus on what each company could solve. For example, A2SV might need a documentation or a tone checking for every platform they are communicating with outside world. We can provide that. Like if we have that kind of information, if we can have that information, retrain it, and then feedback, the tone will be the same. A lot of organizations like this need kind of this redundant tool to be used in a more efficient way, and we can provide that. Yes.
So I believe the only learnable local language supported by ChatGPT is Mastali.
Hopefully, once we have a command very well tuned, yes, and it's to be other language, even like not even Ethiopia, but other African countries.
We're going to be starting working on the development for A2SV and how we tackle A2SV's area challenges by using specific information rather than the general context. So take just create an access category, offering products, media, and definitely.
Yes, we will. I think, yeah, but part of the reason we decided this was especially because of usually the currency change and mostly less also for money. That's why the yes.
One of the things that we have to add is the internet is very thin. Do you have any or anything that
Oh, yes, so currently the video will be done only by us because part of it needs to be made available.
Well, well analyzed before we actually feed it to the ChatGPT or any other kind of models we have. But yes, the idea is forward, like we should really consider about false information because yes, that is a huge aspect, but it's really hard technically speaking to just control this kind of information. Like even for social media, it's very difficult because part of publication is very hard, but we try our best to kind of create barriers around this kind of interventions. Yes. Yes. Yes.
So we see that we have about 60 active users.
Yes. Yes.
And like from your analysis,
Yes. So yeah, to the most part, like education seems to be very persistent. Like it's all about information, and I think at the end of the day, it's all about information and how quickly and analyze it and more confined they want to get it. And at the same time, you also see pattern of like consistent users rather than just normal active users who just join and remove themselves from the platform. So having that kind of like consistent users gives us reactions that we need to have small users that can use the platform longer than just joining and joining it.
Thank you very much. What's that? No, we are going to go to the restaurant. Yeah. They'll prepare like we order early.
Okay. Thank you. We're going to continue with Team Aki. They'll be joining us in a moment. Until then, you might create after chat as well. Finalize your ratings. If you need anything, let me know. The fees one will be a bit much because they have well sometimes when there's an app, they'll try to different. I
Okay, so I'll be presenting our project. We live in a world where sparks of kindness and goodwill struggle to ignite due to the challenge of connecting those who want to help with opportunities that need them. But we believe that the potential for positive change exists within every individual. My name is Kalab Girma, and I'll present to you, and I'll be your guide as we navigate through the exciting possibilities of our project. Let me tell you a story about Sosenna, a passionate volunteer, and Khalid, the founder of a local NGO. Sosenna is eager to make a difference, but she finds it difficult to discover opportunities that relate to her passions and interests. On the other side, Khalid struggles to reach volunteers like Sarah due to the limited marketing opportunity of his local NGO. This means that Sarah's potential remains untapped, while Khalid's organization can't achieve its full potential. So enter Aki. We present an all-encompassing solution that seamlessly connects NGOs like Khalid's to volunteers like Sosenna. Now, Khalid can showcase his organization's activities, manage opportunities effortlessly, and handle volunteer applications with ease. Sosenna, on the other side, has access to opportunities that's tailored to her skills and interests. So what makes us different is that we're efficient, we're personalized, centralized, and user-friendly. For us, it's about connecting NGOs with the right volunteers and in turn making a positive impact. So let's address some pain points in the current landscape. There are currently few similar solutions with considerable members, but in most cases, the NGO management is poor, and therefore NGOs can't manage opportunities, they can't manage applications, they also can't showcase their good work. Volunteers on the other side don't have profiles, meaning they can't track their good work or their past activities, they can't track their application, and also each time they apply, they'd have to refill their information. So as it stands, we don't have a fully centralized solution with all the important features, as well as a presence in Ethiopia. The few good competitors out there don't have presence in Ethiopia. The best we've run into had less than 10 opportunities. So zooming out to a broader perspective, We have over 60K active volunteers in Ethiopia and over 3,000 registered NGOs. This presents a very large dynamic in domestic NGO market, giving us over 4,000 active projects and an anticipated need of over 1 million volunteers. So by addressing their prevalent challenge and enhancing their daily operations, our product can certainly capture a sizable market share. Our approach to generating revenue is simple yet effective. NGOs would be paying a small subscription fee, which makes sense because we're cutting down their cost of reaching out to volunteers and giving them access to a pool of volunteers. We'd also be keeping a percentage each time an NGO receives a donation on our website. On top of that, we'd be running ads, and we'd also be charging each successful volunteer we connect to an NGO or a successful placement. So our financial projection shows that for the first 3 years, we wouldn't be making profit. But as you can see, our expenses stays roughly the same throughout the years, and our revenue would catch up on the fourth year. Right now, our cost breakdown looks like engineer compensation, marketing costs, server costs, and operational costs. So meet the team. Akil is managed by A2SV, and A2SV is backed by Google. A2SV provides us a business intelligence team, technical leads, and product mentors. And our development team consists of 9 talented engineers, including ones with experience in working at companies like Google, Databricks, and Palantir. So we've also formed a meaningful partnership that would provide us with numerous benefits like expertise, resources, and credibility. Logo is Turkey's largest software enterprise company, and Turkish Red Crescent is Turkey's oldest non-profit company. So we've spent over 4 months doing product research, user interview, and prototyping until the end of August. After that, in the last 2 months, we've been doing MVP development and user testing with selected group of users. January 1st next year, we'll be launching Akil to early adopters. Afterwards, it will be continuous improvements and development and marketing. So if you're an eager volunteer, join our volunteer waitlist and seize the opportunity to contribute to meaningful initiatives. If you're an NGO, we invite you to join our NGO waitlist and boost your pool of volunteers, increase your visibility, and focus on the impact that you can make. Anyone can contribute financially to support our mission. We'd like to hear from you, so visit our website. Thank you. Now for the demo. So let's take a few minutes to see the demo from the NGO side first. This is how an NGO should onboard onto our platform. Onboarding onto Akil is a multi-step process where we try to collect as much information as we can so that NGOs can represent themselves exhaustively. Collecting information this way bridges the gap that there is in which volunteers don't know enough about an NGO to reach out to them, or they either have only one phone number and that phone number doesn't pick up. We collect all information about NGOs, hopefully close that gap. This is a preview of the profile the NGO is about to create. And they've created the profile successfully. Now let's go through the process of creating an opportunity and see what it would be like for an NGO to post an opportunity. By providing description and requirements, NGOs can make sure that they attract the right volunteers to the right opportunity. Now the NGO can review the opportunity they just created, they're about to create. Now they successfully created it. All of the opportunities that the NGO created shows up on this list. This makes managing opportunities easy. Now, we can move on to the volunteer side and see how a volunteer can discover and apply to this opportunity. This is an opportunity listing where volunteers discover opportunities and browse to find the one that they match, that they resonate with the most. As you can see, the opportunity we just created showed up first, but we can also search for it. Searching and filtering works like you'd expect on any other app. You can filter by organization type, by opportunity type, by city, by category, and so on. So let's head over to the opportunity the NGO just created. So a volunteer would see this, and by reading the description and responsibilities, they can know if they're right for the opportunity. If they like it enough, they can also share it on any platform to any of their friends. Now let's try to submit an application to this opportunity. As you can see, most of the fields are pre-filled. That's because the volunteer has a profile on our platform. This eases the process of submitting an application, making it literally just a few clicks away. They can also edit this information, but they can also just choose to simply apply. Now they've submitted an application successfully, and we can go back. So the volunteer can track their applications on the Applied tab. So the volunteers can see all of the applications they've submitted on this tab. They can also filter by accepted or pending. On top, they can also see upcoming opportunities. These are opportunities they've been accepted to, and their deadlines and they're sorted by date. They can also browse through NGOs that we've onboarded. This is actual data, by the way. These are actual NGOs that we've onboarded. In the last week, we've onboarded 6 NGOs, and the opportunities you see here are legit opportunities posted by NGOs. And so this is the profile of the NGO. They can see the profile. NGOs can represent themselves perfectly, more or less perfectly on this page. And on the tab to the next, on opportunities, we can see all of the opportunities under, for example, in this case, Selenat Charitable Organization. This way, volunteers can discover opportunities through organization or through any of the search fields that we provided. Volunteers can also edit their profile, including their skills, their location, their phone numbers, in any other thing. So we can quickly head over to Telegram, to our Telegram bot, which so this is our Telegram bot. We added a Telegram bot because almost everybody in Ethiopia, most people in Ethiopia already have Telegram accounts. And this way would make onboarding onto our platform easier. The Telegram bot provides almost exactly all of the features that our mobile app provides. But on top of that, it also integrates ChatGPT and has a chatbot. This way, users can interact with the chat, and they can ask how to apply, they can ask how to create a profile, they can also ask the chatbot information about us. So now let's go back to the NGO side and see if the application we just submitted will be accepted or not. So the NGO can clearly see which applications they received, what applications they received for the opportunity they posted. In this case, the volunteer that submitted the application is listed, and they can also filter by applied, accepted, or declined based on the decision they passed in the past. In this case, we're declining it. I don't know why, declining the application, but we can see under declined what application we've declined. We can also see the applicant detail and see if this person is right. the right fit for our opportunity. So in this way, we believe that we can bridge the gap between volunteers and NGOs and drive positive impact on our society. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you for the presentation. My comment will be the same with the previous presenters. I guess you should be also working on your expenditure list and marketing models in more detail, and at least have a slide on what the expected costs are.
We did provide a cost breakdown, but we also have the financial projection. Exactly what those costs, what we expect those costs to be. I understand. Okay. Is that a hand? Okay. Yeah. Akim is a Turkish word. It means wisdom. Right?
Again,
yeah. The local market is actually our target market. Yeah. So for now, integrating a Telegram bot was part of the localization plan because the demographic uses Telegram more. But using other languages, for example, posting opportunities in Amharic is a very simple step for us, simple thing for us to integrate. And it's also right because not everybody reads and understands opportunities in English. That's a very simple integration for us.
Okay, the last one I have is, I'm going to stop quickly so that if they have another question. Do you use some sort of matching engine in the background for the application process and accepting? Because right now it's a field request, but down the road kind of thinking of scale operation, which you request. Do you use any, do you leverage AI to matching and all that?
So not on the first MVP, not for the first iteration, but that's a very good idea. We have a lot of categories and fields and processors. AI can definitely make use of that to, for example, recommending the right opportunity or users. It can be based on their previous activity, it can be based on the NGOs they click on, it can be based on the things they share. Based on their engagement, we can recommend the right opportunity for them. In later iterations, that's definitely a roadmap.
To add more on that, so on our Telegram bot, there is a chat feature where you can talk about your skills in this area. Based on that, we'll filter out the parameters and search for these opportunities and recommend the opportunities. We are kind of testing that. We are really not something like that.
Yes. So maybe I missed it, but what is the generative AI part?
Generative AI part?
So in our Telegram bot, we added a chat feature where the user can interact and chat, talk about their experience, their level, and based on that, the chat GPT will generate filter parameters to search for the right opportunities and recommend them accordingly. We added that in our Telegram bot.
So just to clarify, I think the core dev projects don't have to include generative AI separately.
Okay, because all of them mentioned that before. They had the generative AI.
Yeah, because it's used, but they didn't have to. Like they are not part of the hackathon competition, so these are the core dev projects.
Okay.
But since generative AI is...
Because it was here, I thought it was
And also what Solomon just said was quite a good idea to add, to utilize the generative AI to match the opportunities with the people. Okay?
I think we're also considering using that power to kind of ease the process of creating organization profiles as well. Like we can kind of take documents and generate the stuff within the stuff. It's just not implemented yet.
So one more feature suggestion would be adding commenting and rating, like in both directions. As an NGO, I would love to rate my volunteers, and volunteers also would love to rate the opportunities and experience.
And also how good are the NGOs. Also how well the NGOs treat them.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
I think even the rating of the NGO might be more relevant because how often does an opportunity repeat itself? Right? But an NGO cannot release more.
Any other points? Good.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Because our next team will definitely make you feel like you want to go get lunch right away. So we're backed up by Rate Eat, our other amazing team. I'm gonna present their slides for them.
So, hello judges. So just a quick overview of how the presentation is going to go. I'll be presenting our product, and afterwards my team lead and deputy lead will be presenting the demonstration. Okay, so let's dive right in. So here in Ethiopia and other African countries, the search for the right restaurant can feel like a shot in the dark. But what if you can change this journey? Hello everyone. Are you ready to learn about a product that's going to change the way you discover and search restaurants? My name is Nathaniel, and I'll be telling you about a brand new solution to a very common problem. In Ethiopia, the task of discovering dining spots is a real challenge. On the non-digital front, most restaurant menus are limited to paper copies, lacking an accessible online presence. On the digital solutions we currently have, the existing information is often incomplete, scattered, and inaccurate. This often creates a disjointed experience for customers, making it difficult to find reliable data to choose dining venues. To address the challenges faced by diners in Ethiopia, our product focuses on creating a centralized space where users can effortlessly find accurate and comprehensive restaurant information, additionally empowering users to share ratings and reviews to further elevate the experience, enabling peer-to-peer insights and feedback. The approach streamlines decision-making and fosters a community-driven environment where users can share reviews and ratings. Gentlemen, meet Rate It, Ethiopia's guide to food discovery. It's your gateway to cuisine. Utilizing this information, we present the most suitable food item and restaurant options tailored to your preferences. But we don't stop there. We offer detailed ratings and reviews at both the restaurant and individual item levels, allowing you to gain insights from those who have dined before you. So what does the competitive landscape look like when comparing Rate It to other apps? Some local apps have recently risen as platforms for making dining decisions, namely View Delivery and Zalala. But since they are primarily intended for delivery, their value is mostly irrelevant to providing comprehensive insights, which we need, such as preference-based recommendation and item level detail. Item level rating, sorry. Rethink complements both these shortcomings in an intuitive and user-friendly way. Rethink plans to maximize Ethiopia's urban dining market. Out of the total available market of 120 million, that's the population of Ethiopia, 35 million are considered as a serviceable available market. These are the people with smartphones who have the potential to download the app. And out of those, we consider 10 million people as a serviceable obtainable market. These are the ones who fit the description of people who are tech savvy, urban dwelling, and restaurant owners. Reddit intends to generate its revenue from 3 streams. The first one is advertisements. We plan to employ Google Ads to our platform as the primary means of revenue. Secondly, we intend to employ premium accounts subscription for users. Rolling out premium features such as pre-ordering foods, reservations, ad-free experience, and chatting, among other features. The third one is premium features for restaurants. We offer enhanced listings, marketing tools, and valuable insights for a fee. Our plans for marketing and sales are the following. By using social media such as TikTok and Telegram, we expect to reach potential users. We also plan to organize events and make use of events such as food festivals to showcase the app and its features. Partnership with social media influencers who are also food enthusiasts, and collaborating with restaurant owners and food delivery services are also other mechanisms we intend to use. Our journey towards revolutionizing dining experiences began by first researching and scoping, followed by prototype design and iteration. We just finished the first iteration of the MVP development, and we are currently doing alpha and beta testing. The next steps are launching, marketing, and related operations, which include user onboarding, content moderation, data population, and performance optimization. Over the next 3 years, Reddit plans to steadily grow. So we estimate 1,000 registered restaurants and 10,000 users in year 1, with mostly development, logistics, and marketing costs. For the second year, we anticipate 3,000 registered restaurants and 30,000 active users and a revenue of $30,000 at the expense of $85,000. By year 3, we envision having 5,000 registered restaurants, 80,000 users, and a revenue between $100,000 and $150,000. We are excited about this promising trajectory. Let's look at our team. So our team is comprised of 8 software engineers, guided by our CEO, Emre Varol, and technical advisor, Samet Taspinar. Binyam Demiso is a project leader and UI UX lead, and Robo Getacho serves as a deputy project leader and web team lead. Nathaniel Abaina, myself, I'm a web developer, and Barakat Heramo is our mobile app developer. Abinezer Fakadu and Makwanant Abebe are mobile and backend leads, team leads, working with David Seklu and Nahum Tamat. Reddit is a project run under Africa to Silicon Valley, or A2SV for short, a Google-funded software engineering company based in the US. Lastly, we invite investors, business owners, social media influencers, and anyone interested in transforming the dining experience in Ethiopia and Africa to join us on this exciting journey. Reach out at contact-reddit@a2sv.org, explore our website at reddit.app, or visit us at our office, which is located at Abrahos Library, meaning here, Addis Ababa. Thank you. Before we finish our presentation, let's go to our demonstration, which will be presented by Bini and Tebe. Let's welcome.
I'm going to demo you our app.
So when you first open Reddit, you'll go to the Discover section where you'll be prompted to discover a new restaurant or an item within a restaurant. So let's go into choose restaurant. So for this use case, you might be at a place where you're not familiar with the restaurants around, or you could also be at a place you know, but we are not that much aware of all the restaurants or available options around us. So you could see yourself on the location on the map, and you could change your location on the actual map, or you could also search for a location and go there. On our map, you could see the restaurants listed. So in 80 minutes walking distance, that you could see on the top, there are 46 restaurants available to you. You could also toggle between the walking distance. You could also change it to a driving distance. So these are the options you could get within the specified walking distance you choose. So next is going to be where you will choose if there is any specific food you're going for that day. You could search over here or select from the options available. Any food you want to go for, like let's say you want to go for pizza or burger, or let's say your friend wants to go for any Habeshan food, we could search for fur and we'll say continue, and you'll get your results. So on the results, you could see restaurants and then their respective items. We have their categories, whether you want fasting or non-fasting foods. You can sort your results on popularity, rating, price, or distance. I could switch between the others. And on the results, on the restaurant results, you could see the walking distance from you. So Kokun is a really close restaurant and really nice place. You could see it's 9 minutes away from us. It got a good rating, and you could see it's open now. We could go to the detail and see more about it, and other results are available as well. And one other thing is you could toggle between the fasting ones. So you could see fasting options available there. The other thing is the filtering. So a person could just have 500 birr or less to work with on that day. So you could select a price or a rating and then go for a restaurant that matches your preference. One other thing is you could go into the restaurant, see the rating detail as well. You could get their number or website if they have one, see their items or get all the items, see reviews given by other users. You could also give your own review to an item. We accept image and video reviews. Could also give like stars and rights reviews. One other thing is you could search for a restaurant or an item just directly if you have a restaurant in mind or a place that you're interested in. If you search it here and get more information, also you could find the distance from you and switching to item, you could see an item. Filtering is also available here and searching is also working. And on your profile, you will have a list of reviews you've previously given. You could see favorites you've added, and at the top you could see total incentivization and pending incentive. So we're encouraging users to give more review on our platform and add non-existing menu items that are not present in our database. So while giving a new review for an item or adding a restaurant, we will incentivize the users. And on the home part, you'll get popular items. This is based on how much user interaction they have. So the more interaction they have, the more popular they will get. And recommendation is based on their star rating that people get. So this is what we have for recent app. We also have our Telegram bots, and in our Telegram bots we have app. And thank you guys.
I believe we don't have much time to present our Telegram bots, just for the sake of presentation. Hello, esteemed individuals. My name is Gitacho, and I'm a web developer and the deputy team lead of Project Rate. So in our app, we for users who are not unable to download our app or are unwilling to download our app, we have made Rate accessible to them through Telegram. So this makes use of the latest new feature of Telegram, which is Telegram web app. So they can so they can get all the items or restaurants we have in our database. So we can search for a restaurant here, get the details of the restaurant. So all the menu items are available here, and they can see ratings of the restaurant given by previous users. So these are ratings, and they can also rate restaurants the same way that they can review items and restaurants in the mobile app. The same thing applies to items as well, but for to preserve time for present Q&A, I'll just make this picture.
Yeah, so you mentioned in other categories. Actually, before I ask that question, earlier in the presentation, there was a mention of many restaurants not having online menus, and I think it sounded like you were going to solve that problem as well. How are you going to solve that problem? Like, how are you going to get the menus that are not ready?
Question. So there are two ways. So we can give the users the option to send us we can give the restaurants the option to give us their menu using the web dashboard we have prepared, so they can use that. And if there is a menu, and if it's not in our database yet, then people can take pictures and send those over to us, and then we can do our own moderation on our dashboard to decide whether they are real restaurants, real information, and then if they are, then we can include them into our database.
That's a feature that's coming, or that's already that automatic? It's already.
Yes.
And the second question I was going to ask about the fasting food. I guess, how does your system know, which food is fasting or not?
For the item data structure, we have included a name, price, ingredients, and fasting tags, fasting Boolean data type. So what we do is when the restaurant adds the item, or when we add the item, it's a required field because many people fast, and we need to provide that option. We've made it required. So if it's a fasting food, then it turns on.
It doesn't send it to you, you get it from the user. The user takes a picture of a menu, you get the picture of the menu. And is it automated? Like, does a human have to jump in and identify what's fasting or not? Or how do you know just from the picture?
Yeah.
Do you already have something that's doing that for you? Or?
Yeah, so we made use of ChatGPT. So what we do is when we get the pictures, we have an OCR tool. So we recognize the characters, and then from the words of the items, from their ingredients, we'll ask ChatGPT to decide if they are fasting or not. And then based on that, final moderation can also be done on the dashboard.
Okay, my last question before I don't want to hog it. Do you have a sense of, so since this is already implemented, this automated testing of fasting food or not, do you have a sense of how accurate your labeling is as to when it labels it fasting but it's not, or the other way around?
Yes. So one of the questions that's caused me asked that question is many people here characterize fish as fasting and others don't. So to make it all inclusive, we made fasting, we made fish fasting food. So based on the user perspective, we make decisions which includes the majority of the population.
Quick question. A couple of questions. First one, did I hear you guys say in your revenue model that you will be charging the end user? Right? Did I hear that right?
Yeah.
Okay. And next, there's a reason. That's the biggest turnoff for this kind of stuff. Because based on my understanding, I've never seen a rating app charging end user. I haven't. Best example, Yelp, right? Dr. John? Does Yelp charge you? No. So why would you want to charge an end user for this kind of stuff? They are providing you actually the meat of your business, which they are rating it for you. So why am I being charged for rating food? So that was the first question, right? So I think I have to think. If it's convincing, I'm okay with it. But immediately end users will be turned off by I think a premium kind of app, especially for the kind of stuff they contribute to, right? Second one is visual, right? Visual is now everything. And Shagga, I don't know if you guys have that as a benchmark. He uses an existing tool without developing an app, right? He uses existing social media, IG, whatnot, by doing shorts. And he shows you how delicious it is, and he does that, and his revenue is from the restaurant. Everybody wanna have it, as you guys might know. They say, come eat our food and let's pay you too. So what is your strategy when it comes to that kind of competition? Food is visual, food is experience. Sometimes the rating is an old system, but you might want to think about that kind of creative way of leapfrogging an existing rating as we know it. So do you have any thoughts on that?
First question. So you don't get charged with rate. So rating is absolutely free.
I know that, but what is the charge?
The charge is for like premium features, such as when people want to go to a restaurant like later in the day, they can pre-order for that time. So that's one feature. Another thing is making the app ad-free. That's another feature. And we also have some things that are not related to rating or seeing ratings. So everything related to video and image reviews are also available for everyone to see without charge.
I would strongly recommend you to rethink that strategy and push the fee on the restaurants by bringing them value. Here's what we're going to give you, that like what Chef Burger is doing, like visual. You don't have to do visual, but tell them that is about value proposition. We're going to drive foot traffic for you for that pay us. So push that on the service provider and then leave the end users. I mean, this is just my suggestion. Unless there is a true value to charge an end user for this kind of stuff.
I had a very similar comment. So I have another suggestion. It's not a question. Is that when you have food involved, and always you need to have women in the team.
Yes.
I think it's a big problem because they're seeing that only women can sell it.
Unfortunately, most of them chose the basic apps and education apps.
Well, then you need to sell very your idea. The problem is on you, not on them. Can you put the first slide?
First slide?
Yes, of the presentation.
While going there, I'd like to add to Solomon's once again comments. He's totally right about the income structure, I would say, and as far as I remember, the advertising revenue was bigger than the restaurant revenue. You should be, I guess, rethinking about it, because the advertising shouldn't be the main revenue item, in my opinion. Thank you.
And regarding the numbers, like since food is in everybody's lives, I think you can be more ambitious in terms of target user counts. Like even at year 3, year 4, I think I've seen like 80,000 people. Right? Since like anybody who has a cell phone is potential target user, you can be more ambitious in those numbers, I believe.
So, another question. You had a slide with expenses, projections of expenses, and like total amounts, but I guess it was aggregated. So do you have a sense of what is like $75,000 and what's the breakdown? Do you know?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, the first one is development costs. So we have a team of 8 developers, so on average of $400 salary. So spread throughout the year, that's around 36,000. And for logistics, so incentivizing people to give us something. So that's also included. Another one is infrastructure costs, so deployment on GCP and whatnot. And the other one is there's another one too. Yeah, marketing. Yes, marketing costs.
Simon, I think you asked a second question, which was
Visual. No. How are you competing against reviewers like the sugar guy and another guy's coming up, modeling after him by utilizing zero overhead, zero capex, just use your smartphone, go around restaurants with a visual, post it on your existing social media with already millions on board. So how are you planning to fight that kind of competition?
Yes, so we have what's called influencer marketing. So we have a plan of dividing the year into 4 quarters, and then for each quarter we have in our minds at least we have like common really talented TikTokers and individuals. So we will try to use those to show our app off, and then not only that, we also plan to include features such as people being verified on our platform, and also marketing images and videos of the food they eat, and then directly making us users to like.
For the long run, we're going to continue encouraging users to upload videos and pictures they already entered. So we'll have official pictures and videos of the restaurant and the items. We also have videos and photos that come with the reviews people are giving. So we also encourage that. So we'll have a lot of reviews given by users, and those reviews will have picture and videos. And people could interact on those reviews, they could download or share it. So we'll try to create that ecosystem of people actually valuing other people's feedback and seeing videos. And Generative is just one person, so we have 1,000 people or a million sharing pictures and videos, and that could actually show the value or the item that they are going to.
Okay, thanks.
And Mr. Ricardo, I think you asked me to show you the first speech.
No, I really think it's very nice.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Before we move on to our lunch break, one more core dev project left, which is engaged in educational efforts. They are called Skillbridge, and they'll be joining us in a moment. I would advise to finish up Rated's grading. One last remark. Core dev projects, for core dev projects, generative AI is an added aspect, so it will not be one of the grading metrics.
I need to see all of them first because of calibration.
That makes sense.
Otherwise we need to start changing things.
Should we get started or?
Yeah. Let's wait for the two judges.
You can start. You can try and make it a demo class presentation of 8 minutes, since the discussion is essential. And then Mr. Walker will be joining us.
Oh, these judges are not coming back?
In reasonable
Yeah, maybe like wait a little more.
They're all adults.
Oh, that's
They passed that stage. The one is 3, but 3 is more than 3.
3 is more than?
3 is more than 3.
3 is more than 3.
I'm not sure. 71 is 1. 2 is 3 is like that. And then you get asymptotic trying to it gets more complex with interactions. Okay.
Yeah.
So today I would like to start with a question. Actually, every year, sorry for that. So every year there are around 900,000 students taking the national exam in Ethiopia from high school. So maybe Mr. Alfer, what percentage of these students do you expect to make it to university?
50.
50%, right? That would have been great. But for the past 2 years, we had a devastating news every October or something. And the thing is, only 3% of students were passing international exam. That is fascinating. Hello everyone, my name is Generative, and today I'm here to present to you a solution that aims to raise the 3% to 50% or more. So what are the problems we try to solve? Even though the national exam is a standard for educational assessment for students, there is a huge misalignment between what the students go through in their class and the national exam itself. So all the burden that is to prepare for the national exam falls on the shoulder of the students. Not only that, but also there is absence of concise exam materials that will help the students prepare for the exam. Not only that, in Ethiopia, there are 1 teachers for an average of 30 students in a class. And it's obvious that to get assistantship from the teachers is going to be difficult. So these are the problems we currently try to tackle. That is when SkillBridge comes in, an AI-powered learning platform where students all over Ethiopia have standardized study material that is tailored to the national exam and full of practice questions that is generated by AI, and also effective technique mechanisms that we suggest to the students, and also personalized assistantship. So what do we bring to the table? Study materials that are ideal for the national exam and for their class study, which are generated by generative AI. We used more than 2 models to generate these contents. And we also have personalized model exams that are generated based on the national exam, and we also provide them with quizzes. Not only that, we have progress tracking and performance analysis metrics through which students could know how they are doing on a specific course, how they are doing on their preparation for the national exam on the overall view, and also we provide them with a leaderboard through which they could know where they stand in the grand scheme of things. Most importantly, we will be providing them with an AI-powered assistantship, which will be available 24/7 if they have any question to ask or anything to learn at any time. Looking at our market opportunity, there are 26 million students in Ethiopia. Amongst these, 6 million of them are high school students. And this is a huge impact for SkillBridge, I would believe. And every year, as I've mentioned, there are over 800,000 students taking the national exam. And that is a huge market opportunity for us. From high school's perspective, from around 3,100 high school looking at our business model, we're going to generate our income, our revenues from premium features we're going to provide in the partnership we're going to have with high schools. For premium feature, we're going to provide students with unlimited access to contents and the questions we generate, and also learning paths generation for any specific need they want, and also unlimited access to chatting feature or chat engine. And for incomes we're going to generate from educational institutes, we're going to provide them with tracking tools and also environments through which they could simulate the national exam and prepare their students with. Moving on to our financial projection, in the first year, we're planning to break even with our cost, and through the third year, we believe we can generate over $1 million at the end of the year. Looking at our marketing and sales plan, we're going to majorly focus on social media, and we've already started movement on Telegram. We're going to create student communities, and we're going to market our tools through that, and we're going to also organize events, join educational and institutional events, and also we're planning to partner up with educational institutes that are willing to help the students. Looking at our competitors, even though SkillBridge is not the first to try to tackle problems students face in their studying process, we believe the content we are going to provide will stand us out, as everything they need for national exam preparation is altogether packed in our platform. Moving into our timeline, after ideation and production and MVP development process, we're currently at alpha testing phase. We've partnered up with 3 high schools, and we have over 60 students testing our application. We're constantly in touch with 40 of them. We collect their feedback. We will see, we will be updating those things on our platform, and then move on to a beta release. After that, we're going to launch our application within 3 or 4 months. So this is the team of dedicated engineers willing to help out and solve problems in our country. The project lead is me, Daniel Tafara, and I have Lydia with me, my deputy. And this team is backed by a team of seniors, Emre, our CEO, and Samit, our development advisor, and we have Salman as the head of development. So before I finish, I want to share with you personality. I believe my team is going to stand with me as well. This is a huge thing. This is a huge loss we're having in our country. And I personally would do anything in my power to help my brothers and sisters in the high school. And I believe you do as well. So I call you to support us, to help us, and also to be with us to support these students in Ethiopia and in the future, the whole Africa. Thank you very much for your time. So now, Lydia will be giving us demos. In the meanwhile, guys, welcome to our application. It's out there. It's usable, so like we'll be sharing you our mobile phone. You guys can test it. It's done.
Hello everyone. My name is Ididi Akabada. As Danny introduced, I'm the deputy lead for SkillBridge project. So let's try to quickly see what our app contains and what kind of features we provide. So on the homepage, as you can see, student can, since I'm already logged in and using the app, I can continue from where I left off and study the materials. I can simply select the buttons as I start, and it will directly take me to the topics that I were left off, and I can continue from there. The other one is I can check all of my courses inside the course page. It's not. So okay, here I can see all the list of courses I have started studying. So as you can see here, I have started studying 4 courses. For example, if I select the ones that says biology grade 11, it will give me the list of chapters inside biology grade 11, also the topics inside them. We try to break down everything so that it is digestible for student and it's not bulky. So every topic is average length. It's not either too bulky or short. It is very ideal for a national exam. As you can see, I can see the progress of every chapter. For example, if I want to study, let's say, inorganic molecule, I can simply select the topic and go through the content along with it. For example, on this part, if I have any question or if there is something I don't understand, I can simply ask the assistant bot about it. For example, on this part, it's about inorganic molecules. So, for example, if I want to say, give me more examples of inorganic salts. So I'm going to ask him this question since I am reading about inorganic salts. So the AI assistant bot will give me a list of inorganic salts other than the one given on the content. So as you can see it here, it gives me NaCl and other inorganic salts. So if I have any questions while using the app or any concepts that I don't understand, I can simply ask the assistant bot like this. So also when I am studying, if I want to remember something for other time to refer back to it and see it other time, I can bookmark the content. The other and important thing here is based on our interviews. Whenever students finish their chapter, after finishing a chapter, they want to do national exams that are from that chapter on the previous years. So we provide that feature here. After they finish all the topics inside the chapter, they can do national exam questions, which are from previous year actual exam, and they can do a list of questions here on that specific chapter. The other important feature here is when I'm studying, if I want to improve on specific topics, for example, I'm studying grade 11 biology, right? So if I want to improve, let's say on chapter 1 and 5, I can generate my own custom quiz. I can simply create a new quiz. I can give it a title, the number of questions I want here. For example, I said 10, then the chapter I want to focus. So, for example, I can focus chapter 1 and chapter 5. So our system will give you 10 questions on those selected chapters. So I can start as learning mode or quiz mode. So the only difference here is on learning mode, you can see the answer as soon as you answer the question. On quiz mode, you will first finish all the questions and see the answers later. So I can select the quiz mode. So it will give me 10 questions from chapter 1 and chapter 5 on these two topics. So I can go through them quickly and finish. I can just simply skip to the last question and finish the question. So as you can see, I only get 2 out of 10. So I can do analysis here. So on the analysis, it will tell me the answer, and I can see the explanation here, why the answer is that. I can also chat with the AI if I have any question, like if I want to know why the other choices are not the correct answer. I can also navigate to the topic where this question came from. So if I want to study, I can simply go to that topic. So we have this feature for all the national exams, the AI generated one. So in case the student want to go that specific topic and study, he can simply check it from the explanation and navigate to that topic. So this is a custom quiz where I can generate my own quiz based on some specific chapters. The other one is we have a list of a huge pool of questions which are the actual exam from the previous year, as well as AI generated one that resembles the actual one. So for previous year exam, I can select any subject I want and start doing the quiz. So it tries to mock the real one with the time, the number of questions. It will try to give them an actual real-like exam, so I can start doing that as well. We have also AI-generated one, which provide the same features like this, but it is generated by the AI. So I can also do that. So here, as you can see, I cannot see the explanation because I am on quiz mode. But once I finish the question, I can simply see my results, do analysis, go through the chapter where this question come from, and other stuff. So we also provide this feature. So the other one, and so this is a mock analysis. I can see the explanation, go to the topics this question came from. I can flag this question if it is inaccurate or out of scope. We want this to improvise our content generation for the question. So I can also do that. The other one, we also have bookmark if you want to come back to some topic or question and check it after some time, you can bookmark both of them. We have also a leaderboard feature where you can see how you compete with the other students. Here you can see the topics you completed, the question you read, and the chapter completed, as well as your points. You can also check out how you compare to other students on the leaderboard. So these are the main features we had. Thank you.
Frankly speaking, I'm really amazed about what you are doing and really eager to see the outcomes because given the data, with schools even unable to send one person to the university plus the overall rate, I guess this is a good application in all senses and I wish you luck. I don't comment too much on this one, about the marketing, about the revenue modules, but frankly speaking, it seems, in my opinion, is a product that somebody can really invest in. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to echo my colleague here. Great stuff. So wonderful. This is something that this nation needs. Just a quick question. So national exam in this country, across the board, is it only in English? Across the board. So then I don't have the next question.
I thought there is an Amharic section.
I even thought actually there's other local languages.
The brief training was university entrance. It's only natural science subjects which are only English.
Everyone. There's no subject called Amharic.
No.
They used to be?
They used to be grade 10.
Yeah.
Perfect. But that's very unfair. I mean, why you don't use your national language to do the national exam?
So all subjects are given in English starting from grade 9. That's why all the examinations are.
Yeah, but that immediately is unfair for poor people. To give an advantage to people that cannot learn English. That's completely
yes.
wrong.
Like level of language affects people's results.
Yeah,
that's very true.
So this is
yes.
Very wrong. It should be the other way around.
Plus, like not all the teachers have effective English skills as well as students. Like when we were talking about this product on a different place, like somebody actually showed me a YouTube channel where they give English presentation, English content, but the teacher speaks in Amharic. and like they have hundreds, tens of thousands of watchers. So a lot of people want the content localized.
So which is the percentage of students in private schools that take this test? Which is the percentage of students in private schools that take the test?
For private schools,
it looks better. Like it's just
No, but the 100%, how many comes from private school? The one that take the test?
Not passing,
the proportion. Take.
Probably almost everyone.
What percent of students are in private schools?
Finding percentage, but only in Addis there are around 720 private schools. So those schools have landed students in the.
Yeah, but you don't know the percentage.
The percentage you have to find.
But it's more than 3%, right?
It takes it.
It's definitely more than.
Yes.
So there is also another problem.
Yes.
If almost like a big number of students coming from private schools, only 3% pass. So there's like two problems there. One is the unfairness in the language, and the second one is the quality of education.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
which is like.
So if you slice and dice the data, you'll find very interesting revolution
only
where
for
there
law.
might be virtually 100% passing in some schools and 0% as they say. So even the 3% is skewed because of all those factors.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
That's why it's only 3%. But there's another important thing that you said that you want to go to 50%. I would say you want to go to 50% if the system is fair. If it's unfair, I'm not sure. Second, you don't need all the people in the country to go to university. I think that's something wrong we have in all the world, that you think, okay, all the people should have a university degree. If you do that, the country will, I don't know, go in the wrong way. Because you need people to do many other things. I mean, other skills that are not learned at the university. So, sadly, no country has worried about that. About, for example, how many nurses you need, how many doctors you need, how many engineers you need, and then try to give fair salaries to all the rest of the people.
Ethiopia does have a vocational track after 10th grade.
Yeah.
So you can go a different route after grade 10.
Yeah, but it's by choice, or sometimes it's by economic background. So
It also used to be by exam, but then they got rid of it.
For example, in Chile also true.
Yeah.
But most people that will follow the vocational one is because they can pay to university, or because they think they're not good enough, when maybe they're good enough, and so on. So there are many other factors that are not personal that change the decision.
Ricardo, maybe I'm the one who made them to say 50%. Maybe I should be saying 20%, so we can have this discussion.
I know, I noticed. So you framed the answer.
I have one question and one comment. So my question is, I think it's still true. I mean, it used to be like on the Ministry of Education website, you could download basically all the textbooks. They were like freely available. So you basically have all the textbooks in a digital form, in some form already. Is that useful for you? Like, can you ingest all of that and turn it into questions? That's my question. And my comment is, I'm not an expert in these things, but from what I've been told, a lot of this Gen AI is like, not, especially with mathematics, is very, very good at giving wrong answers and wrong explanations. But I know that the math community, like the math research community lately, they've been looking at like formal methods. There are these like tools called Lean, for example, where you can like formally prove, kind of like code a proof of the solution of a math problem, and combining generative AI with like Lean. So like trying to use Gen AI to help generate correct proofs, which are then verified in Lean. So you don't have to trust the AI.
Symbolic algebra systems for more than 30 years. So you can prove something like, or at least put all the steps to get to there.
Right.
So Maple Mathematica, they're very good.
So I bring this up only because I guess when you automatically generate math problems, you want to make sure that the answers that you also get are correct, and one could do that with this kind of stuff.
So I did a test. I did the biology test, and two things. One was surprising, the amount of questions about HIV, and like almost half of them. Like biology is much bigger. And the thing that was surprising that I didn't get how many I got correct. I had to count myself, but you didn't get. So it would be good to say how many you got correct.
That starting with, you selected the HIV subtopic of biology. That's why there are a lot of questions about HIV and about the analysis, since it's like end of topic questions and it's just to test if they understood what they studied.
Yeah, but I will be good to know how many I did correctly. 50% correct, I think that would be a nice addition because I was wondering if I pass or not.
Do you get the results by the end of the quiz or no?
No, you get no, after every question you are told that they're right or wrong. But at the end you don't.
Oh,
you know
not
how
the
many-
cumulative results.
Yeah.
Got you.
So
Yes.
that's very easy to do.
That's very true.
For the quiz and the national exams, we provide that. You get the analysis at the end. You can choose like a learning mode and a quiz mode. Where you, in the learning mode, you see the answer and explanation right away. The quiz mode, you see it later on. The one you picked are end of topic questions. They were just 4 questions. It was to quiz that the students were paying attention. That's why there was no analysis, but that's a good point.
No, but it says take a test. So if I'm taking a test, I want to know the results.
Just curious though, how do you get the information or the data from the previous exams? Is it publicly available or? Yes. Is it? Because what I hear is that the Ministry of Education sometimes scramble previous exams and just give it for the future exam.
Take the question papers from when you do the
So it's yours? Okay. Gotcha.
We are also contacting the National Exam Agency so that they can provide us a digital version of like the previous presentations. Once we get that. So for Germany, you asked about how we generate the question, right?
Yeah, the question with the answer and to make sure that it's correct, I guess.
Yes, but basically for the other it's like for the secular parts, as you say for maths, it needs to be very checked. For the other one, like I say, we use two models, like we check the output of one model with the other to check the accuracy. And like for mathematical things, we are still looking like for more accurate models that can give like very accurate answers. Yeah, we will also check out.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Don't forget the phone.
Okay, I just sent my result to the group. Thank you. Result? I just took a picture.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just to the group.
Actually, I didn't. Yeah, I think I was like the card.